The Tolos are hype, so is RJ Choppy, because we got a Cowboy legend in studio, the big fella, Nate Newton, joining us here.
Hey, brothers. How y'all doing, man?
Shan and RJ, 105.3 The Fan. You had the history with Choppy, and now you got the week-to-week with Bobby, right?
Yes, sir. I'm enjoying it, man. I remember when Choppy used to be cutting in on Mike Irvin's show and taking over, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Mike put Chop in timeout?
Nah, because it was welcomed. I mean, we had a pretty good show where it was 4 guys. You know, I can't think of the other guy's name.
Wait, Clarence Carter was there.
Yeah.
Kevin Kiley.
Yeah, Kevin Kiley.
Yeah.
And so we had a pretty good group of guys. I came in like for 1 hour out of the week, and we all chopped it up, and I still see he got his Tennessee Cup. I ain't going to do no good, but
I'm sorry, sir. It's Bama week. It's Bama week, baby.
Yeah. Well, y'all love close ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all love close ones.
Yeah. Our coach hasn't figured out the whole clock management thing yet. We're working on it.
And now the week-to-week with Cowboy Hour.
Yeah, no, Brad is Cowboys Hour. We're Cowboys Crosstalk. Our branding is very important. I'm off tonight. It'll be Tommy Arsh doing it tonight.
Right.
But yeah, it's we've had some good shows. We had Darren McFadden recently. I think we're supposed to have Leighton Vander Esch soon, and I don't know that he's interviewed anywhere since he retired. So we've had some good shows.
Well,
yes.
Nate, the DMs that I got when we put out that you were coming on, Tolo Stacy said, I named my dog Nate.
Mm-hmm.
People asking, do you still have your sandwich at the deli?
Yes, I do.
And then Dodge Viper, was it custom back in the day on the inside?
Yeah, I did. I got to work on the seat and stuff like that. Yeah, that thing was nice, man. But
I love
about
Vipers.
3 hours. Ooh. Yeah, about 3 hours, man.
And what's the sandwich?
I can't even think of the name. But it had bacon, ham, sausage, egg, cheese.
Okay, so like a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
I've ordered it.
It was nice.
Coppell Deli.
Coppell Deli still has it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, did you go in and tell them what you wanted? Or
No, what happened was it started out with the Danny Stubbs. Stubbs used to play for us. Steven Zamdak traded from the 49ers, came in. And I lived across the street from the deli, but I used to walk just out of my door to the left and go just across the street to this other place. And this guy went to hollering at me one day. I couldn't really, I think he's Iranian or whatever. And he was, oh, yeah. I'm like, yo, bro. I couldn't understand what he was saying. So I said, sir, calm down. I'm going to come across the street after I get my sandwich. And he just looked at me, So I got my sandwich from the other place and came across. Danny Stubbs comes in here and I want to create a sandwich for you. Come try my food. So I had this sandwich and he gave me another sandwich. So I went home and it ain't bad.
Yeah.
The Stubbs weren't bad. And so I started going over to him, just, going back and forth. So, and then he said, I want to make a sandwich. What do you like? And so I said, every day, if you can make this, I'm going to be here every day. And then it started, I brought it to a couple of my teammates because Stubbs was trying, but my sandwich was better. So I brought my sandwich and everybody like, yo, wow. So what I started doing was bringing it on the plane. All the away games I would bring, all the veterans, no rookies. No first-year players, but all the veteran sandwiches. And then Coach Madden heard about it. So Jimmy heard about it. So I bought Jimmy Johnson a sandwich. Then they told Coach Madden. So I bought him and Pat Summerall and their whole production group. Oh, and so, wow. So I wound up working.
And man, Madden loved you.
Yeah, that's yes, sir. He's a great man. Yes, sir.
What did Dalrymple always bring in when we did the draft? He brought in some type of breakfast sandwiches during the draft.
Yeah.
Rich, you remember that?
Yeah. I didn't know what Rich was peddling, but
yeah.
Some things are better left unknown.
Yeah.
I love you, Rich.
It's the Newton Special at Coppell Deli, according to the fan text.
I'm telling you, man, and people still walk up to me this day and like, man, I was over at Coppell Deli. I said, I know you're full. I know you because back then I was 340 and was getting full off that one sandwich.
Wow.
Yes.
So Nate, this is something you wanted to come in and do. You want to come in and chat ball with us because you've said every week. I know you're sitting there and you've always got so much that you want to say. There's always so much that you want to really tackle football because I know for you feel like we don't necessarily in general in the media or fans, we don't give them the crash course on really understanding winning football and what it takes to win football games, and that's a big passion area of yours.
What the thing that I understand it. Like I was talking to your producers back there, you guys that's recording everything and keeping everything on, is y'all do 4 hours of radio. It's hard to go one segment hard, just straight football, because now you done gave away everything. You got to chop it up and you know, give it to us in bits and pieces. So I do understand that. But sometimes I may see it just a little bit different. And you two guys know me. I respect everybody. I don't come out, you wrong. I try to give you another option. Mm-hmm. Here's what I saw. What do you think about that? And because I was taught a long time ago by a guy, everybody gathers their information. Some people by talking to the coach, some by players, some by just being observant over the years and understanding what the sport is about. So everybody gains information. So I'm not. I'll debate you.
Yeah.
But I'm not coming and say, hey, this is how you have to think, because there's too many ways to win games.
What are some storylines or things that are being talked about with this Cowboys team that you think we need to get a little bit of a different perspective on?
Whatever you want to go at. You know, the big thing now is, should we get rid of the defensive coordinator? Should we? Are the players good enough? I've talked to a few people, and you get mixed opinions from everybody. You know, but the question now is, who is the coordinator? Is the players going to do the coordinating? Or is Eberflus going to do the coordinating?
Yeah.
Okay, you've had 5 games to date to get this right. The problem I thought, it sounded good, but it ain't good. Man, we're not going to show anything in training camp. We're just going to, come at you. Well, when the live bullets came, all of a sudden you trying to implement your defense with live grown men that can run multiple routes, multiple deals. Your defensive line is not getting there. Now you are learning on the run, as well as the league learning who you are.
Yeah.
And so you put yourself at a disadvantage. I think during the preseason, you should have been out there in preseason games trying to run some of this.
Yeah. Because
that way you could have been observing your players. I'm always of the belief in the new NFL, and you guys talked about it early on, about what does the preseason mean. You had one basketball coach saying, I'd rather practice 30 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd rather practice the whole training camp. I'd rather bring in the Rams one week, then we go to the San Diego Chargers the next, because that gives you a better look at your players. When the Rams showed up at our camp, I already knew from that day on. I'm like, whoa.
They put it on them.
Yeah, this is going to be a long season. And I haven't changed. Bobby will tell you every week, I'll be there, what do you think? It's going to be a long season.
How is it that, on the defensive side of the ball, the thing they keep talking about is communication. Like, the communication's bad, which it looks like it. It looks like a lot of times they're just in busts where they don't know where they're supposed to be standing. How is it that 6 weeks in, you can have such poor ability to just communicate where somebody's supposed to be? Like, would you naturally think, if that's the case, would you think, all right, well, there's something broken in the way these players communicate ideas to each other, or there's something broken about the way the coach is communicating the idea to the players?
It's 3 ways you can learn. You can learn by looking, you can learn by doing and looking, or you can learn by writing. Writing it down. I was a doer. If I saw it and did it on the field, I was very confident in the game. But if I missed a week of practice and I had to feel my way through the game, I usually struggled for a quarter or so. And so now I got it. So it's how you communicate to the players, but the players have to be receptive. I've talking to people that say, well, this guy says this and this guy says that. Coach has erased all of that. That is Coach Eberflus' job, is to, hey, man, don't go tell Choppy. Don't go tell Nate. What's your problem?
Yeah.
What is let's get this fixed, because they're talking about going more man. Okay, what does that mean? That means you're asking your 2 corners, which is your strong thing of your deal now. Are they number one? Are they healthy enough? Number 2, when you go man at one corner and man at the other corner, what does that mean? That simply means that your linebackers are going to have to go man-to-man. Do you trust them?
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust your linebackers to go man-to-man? Do you trust your safeties to have to come up and get that second guy coming out of the backfield or that second guy coming off the line? Do you trust number 6 to cover?
Yeah. So it's like a battle of communication versus now individual ability.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel with Trayvon Diggs against their one? I wouldn't feel great right now. Hell, I wouldn't feel great with Bland right now. Do you feel great with Kenneth Murray or Sanborn or even Shamar James? We love how hard he hits, but is he?
He's still learning. You can tell Shamar James is still learning responsibility.
So it's almost like a pick your poison in a bad way.
The thing,
Nate Newton in studio.
Yeah, the thing that I said from day one when everybody was blasted in the secondary, and I talked to a couple of guys that play in the secondary. They say my job normally, if you're going man, is to make that guy stutter on the line. That gives your defensive line a chance to get a step, to go into his work. Well, if your D-line is getting no pressure, because on the D-line, I'm trying to get a step in order to make this quarterback move. I'm trying to flash as quick as I can. If I can get a quick escape, I'm knocking this quarterback, not sacking him, but knocking him off his target. I'm knocking him off his spot where he want to sit up at. And so that gives the cornerback or safety a chance to recover if he's made a mistake. But if he's on top of this guy, now it gives him a chance to shut him down and to reset yourself for a big play. None of this is happening. So, Bobby will tell you every week I was like, wow, man, when are they going to involve the defensive line? Well, what happened is we went and played a Jets team that don't have a quarterback. This is not a National Football League quarterback. Justin Fields is only an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
So now you fool yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come to a team that runs the ball, that has a quarterback that can throw the ball if he gets time. And Bryce Young, that's what happened. Now our defense disappeared, the front end and the back end, and our linebackers.
So if you were to go back and just change, as I said, we're running man now. Is there not going to be an X amount of week learning curve on that? And it just it resets the whole clock.
Yes. If you go change this now and say, hey man, you corners lock up outside. Now you saying instead of the linebackers dropping back to a zone, do you have one off the end of line, tight end, a la slot receiver? Do you have two coming out of the backfield? You still got to communicate. You still got to open your mouth. Hey, I got two, 23 in the backfield. Hey, I got him. You still got to. Now, but what if somebody motion across?
Yeah.
What if somebody motion across and the strength become from right to left?
That's what Shotty made it sound like he thought the biggest area of the communication problem was. He said when the shifts happen and responsibilities change, that's not getting communicated consistently enough to everybody.
So, Nate, what you would do is stick with the zone or 85, 90% and just try to improve assignments.
Have you ever heard your grandmother say 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other?
Yeah.
I've heard Jerry say that.
That's where they're at right now.
Don't matter.
You got people running around trying to my job is this as a player. I have to give it 110% of what you're asking me to do. And then it's your job as a coach after. I think the first 4 games of any season, that's why y'all power rankings are so hard to get.
And horrible.
Because the first 4 or 5 games of any season, the coaches now know their players.
Yeah. Belichick said he would treat it as an extension of the preseason.
Yes, and that's what I've done. So now you know who your players are. Have they given everything film study, being on the field, actually doing it, working it? Have they given it their all, or are they just saying no? If they're just saying no, you better hurry up and change. If they're trying, then you say, okay, I may have to move this guy off the field on certain situations. I'm going to have to put this guy on the field on certain situations if the offense allows me. But a lot of offenses will look at our defense, and they won't run a slow offense. They'll run a medium to fast offense to keep you from subbing. So for me to come in and say, I have the answers, I know what you can't do. You can't fire the defensive coordinator. I know what he has to do is find a way hurriedly on how to fix this, to mend this, because it's not going to be fixed.
Nate Newton in studio, bringing it strong as always right here on 105.3 The Fan.